Like, you may have heard of it, but you also might not know anything about it.
Chupacabra.
Nope.
Is it in Pop Tropica?
I don't know. Well, okay.
Because Pop Tropica has like a monster.
The world. What a terrifying place. Seek horrors, and you will find they exist behind every corner. If endless fears of evil beasts and the wickedness of reality torments your restless spirit, confront it. Take a seat and settle in. You've made it just in time for the Goblin Hour.
Hello! Welcome to Goblin Hour. I'm Ben, I'm back. And today, my special guest, been eons in the making, it's Willow!
Hi.
Nice! Yeah! Willow, welcome. Better known as Chrysanthemum in Goblin.
And Goblin Hunter.
And Goblin Hunter in Goblin Hunter.
And AI Girl in unrelated
In other
work.
new project, yeah. Willow, how are you doing?
I'm great.
That's awesome. So, Goblin Hour lately, what we've been doing, I've changed it a little bit. It used to always be, we start with, how do we know each other, and what do you think it's going to be? First thing, or like, whatever, I'm just going to say it. We know each other because you started dating one of my friends pretty early on into our college careers. So I've actually known you for like 5 years or something.
Yeah, and the first time you knew me, I didn't know you because you were watching me and Aiden and
we watched you on a date, yeah.
Yeah, and I had no idea.
It was really funny, though. Aiden kept looking over at us. And then number 2 is, have you ever encountered anything spooky or supernatural?
I don't think so.
No? You don't have anything where you're like, there was something scary that happened to you?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, audience.
I don't have any.
Yeah. That's so cool.
I've never had any ghost stories or anything.
Okay, that's all right. I won't hold it against you. But question 3, I guess. Willow, you were telling me a little bit before we started. What do you think this scary creature that I'm going to tell you about today is?
I first thought it was a vampire.
Because you wanted it to be a
Because
vampire?
I wanted it to be a vampire. Then I thought it was a chupacabra, which I don't even know what that is.
It's like a wolf. It's like
Okay.
The thing is, people think it's like some sort of werewolf thing.
Okay. And then I was thinking back to Pop Tropica because there's an island that has scary monsters on it.
Yeah.
I think the Loch Ness Monster is in that. And I thought briefly about it being Loch Ness Monster, but I feel like that's too basic.
Hey, do you know what chupacabra means, actually, going back? Because you're pretty good at Spanish.
Oh, no, I don't know what
Apparently, it's goat sucker.
Oh.
That's just what I've heard. That's the thing I've always heard people say.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I could kind of see that. I forgot what goat is, though. But
Okay, nice. But do you want to finish your guesses? You said Loch Ness Monster you don't think it is.
Mm-hmm. I feel like there was some other creature thing on that Pop Tropica island.
Yeah. Could be the creature we have.
But I don't remember what it... I just remember having to, like, fight it in a field or capture it or something. And I think it sort of makes me think of, like a boar.
Okay, then it probably wasn't it. But any Pop Tropica fans out there, weigh in. But Willow, are you ready to know what it is?
I'm ready.
It is the iconic, arguably one of the biggest mascots of cryptids and scary little creatures, the Mothman.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know what that
Have you
is.
ever heard of him?
I am thinking of the moth lamp meme.
Nice. Good connection. Okay, no, the Mothman is crazy. Are you ready to learn about this scary creature? And I've got pictures on here, which I will be showing you at some point and having you describe to the audience.
Okay.
So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Mothman, in West Virginia folklore, is a humanoid creature reportedly seen in the Point Pleasant area from November 15th, 1966 to December 15th, 1967. The first newspaper report was published in the Point Pleasant Register, dated November 16th, 1966, titled Couples See Man-Sized Bird, Creature, Something. The national press soon picked up the reports and helped spread the story across the United States. The source of the legend is believed to have originated from sightings of out-of-migration sandhill cranes or herons. Okay. What do you think? Isn't that crazy?
That's interesting. So it's a legitimate story. Mm-hmm. I thought this was just some fun creature that had been created.
No, this is a real scary animal that exists.
And so they said they thought it was because they thought they saw a crane.
That's the reasonable argument. They're like, oh, it was probably a crane that flew away. But other people believe it's the Mothman.
Why would they think moth instead of bird?
Well, I think it's just like a nickname. I don't think he's literally a moth.
I think he's literally a moth.
Okay, he might be. We'll see. We'll keep reading. I won't get too into it. I won't shoot down your beliefs just yet. So next, the creature was introduced to a wider audience by Gray Barker in 1970 and was later popularized by John Keel in his 1975 book, The Mothman Prophecies, claiming that there were paranormal events related to the sightings and a connection to the collapse of the Silver Bridge. The book was later adapted into a 2002 film starring Richard Gere. An annual festival in Point Pleasant is devoted to the Mothman legend.
What is this place?
Point Pleasant. It's in West Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very well known. It's like their entire town's mascot. It's an iconic fixture of the town.
Yeah, I want to know what it looks like.
The Mothman?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll show you some of these pictures here in a minute. There's, on this page, they have a statue in West Virginia, actually, of the Mothman. That's pretty crazy looking.
Why did they decide it was a man?
Not a woman?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's a woman.
Okay, that's
I think
fair.
they just decided that it was a man, and they had no basis for it.
Audience, what do you think? They agree. Wow, they really agreed with you big time.
That's good because I think they're correct.
Okay, nice. Next in the history. This is all from Wikipedia, by the way. On November 15th, 1966, two young couples from Point Pleasant, Roger and Linda... Wait, what? Oh. On November 15th, 1966, two young couples from Point Pleasant, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Millette, told police they had seen a large black creature whose eyes glowed red standing at the side of the road near the TNT area, the site of a former World War II munitions plant. Linda Scarberry described it as a slender, muscular man, about 7 feet tall with white wings. However, she was unable to discern its face due to the hypnotic effect of its eyes. Distressed, the witnesses sped away, reporting that the creature flew after their car, making a screeching sound. It pursued them as far as Point Pleasant city limits.
So it's evil.
I mean, I don't know if it's evil, but why do you think it's evil?
Because it tried to chase them.
Yeah, it just chased them.
It scared them.
Yeah, it doesn't make it evil.
I don't think it should be their mascot. They shouldn't be worshipping it if it's...
They're not worshipping it. It's not their god.
If it's chasing people and scaring them.
They just like it a lot. They just think it's epic. Here, maybe it'll have like a moment where it does something kind.
I hope so.
Okay.
It'll redeem it for me.
Over the next few days, more people reported similar sightings after local newspapers covered it. 2 volunteer firemen who saw it said it was a large bird with red eyes. Mason County Sheriff George Johnson believed the sightings were due to an unusually large heron he termed a shite poke. Contractor Newell Partridge told Johnson that when he aimed a flashlight at a creature in a nearby field, its eyes glowed like bicycle reflectors. Additionally, he blamed buzzing noises from his television set and the disappearance of his German Shepherd dog on the creature. Wildlife biologist Robert L. Smith at West Virginia University told reporters that descriptions and sightings fit the sandhill crane, a large American crane almost as tall as a man with a 7-foot wingspan and reddish coloring around its eyes. The bird may have wandered out of its migration route and therefore was unrecognized at first because it was not native to this region. So that's a pretty good explanation of what it could be, if not the Mothman.
Wait, but what about the dog?
The
dog was killed?
What? I don't think so. What are you talking about? The dog was killed. Where is this? Additionally, he blamed buzzing noises from his television set and the disappearance of his German Shepherd dog on the creature. So the dog disappeared.
So he thinks the creature
maybe thinks
him.
Mothman ate it, yeah.
So people are worshipping this Mothman that eats dogs. It doesn't sound like a very admirable creature.
He blamed it. He has no evidence.
But I thought he was trying to give it a realistic
I did too, but then he started talking about how his dog probably got eaten. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, this is probably why they call it Mothman. Due to the popularity of the Batman TV series at the time, the fictional superhero Batman and his rogues gallery were prominently featured in the public eye. While the villain Killer Moth did not appear in the show, the comic book influence of both him and Batman is believed to have some... Turn the page. Influenced the coinage of the term Mothman in the local newspaper.
Okay, so he was a villain in Batman.
Yeah.
So
Killer Moth.
Again, my argument that they're worshiping a villain.
You don't like that they found a false deity and they're worshiping. This is the part I think is interesting. This has some similarities to the Pokemon Absol.
Ooh, Absol? Okay, is that the one that has like a blue moon on its head?
Yeah, like the blue scythe coming out of its head too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the wolf guy. Following the December 15th, 1967 collapse of the Silver Bridge and the death of 46 people, the incident gave rise to the legend and connected the Mothman sightings to the bridge collapse. According to Georgian newspaper, I don't know how to say this, Svobodanaya Gruzia, Georgian newspaper, Russian ufologists claim that Mothman sightings in Moscow foreshadowed the 1999 apartment bombings.
Whoa, how did he suddenly get to Russia?
Flew, I guess. I don't know. Maybe teleported.
So he's committing mass murder.
I don't
and
think
people
he's doing
still,
these things.
And people still like him.
What if you don't worship him and he kills you? They're maybe just being smart.
Oh, yeah, that's
They don't want to get killed.
Yeah, they're doing it through fear.
Let me find. Okay, in 2016, WCHS TV published a photo purported to be of Mothman taken by an anonymous man while driving on Route 2 in Mason County. Science writer Sharon A. Hill proposed that the photo showed a bird, perhaps an owl, carrying a frog or snake away, and wrote that there is zero reason to suspect that it is the Mothman as described in legend. There are too many... What? Oh, there are too many far more reasonable examples.
Of photos.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. That was Mothman. Okay, I think that's enough of the Wikipedia. What do you think so far? Mothman, crazy, right?
Yeah, I think it's definitely interesting. Especially because he's evil and he's creating fear-motivated worship in this town.
Yeah, I guess so. I've never thought of Mothman like this. I've always been the believer because I've heard people before say, is Mothman necessarily causing these mass events, or is he appearing in times of great tragedy as sort of a prediction or as like an observer?
A warning.
Yeah, it could be something like that.
And maybe that's what he was doing to that couple. He
Yeah.
was trying to warn them.
And maybe
or the
he
two
succeeded.
couples.
Because they worked out. They were alive. They didn't die.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Could be. But he also might be mass murdering people, like you said. Your theory might be correct. He might be bombing Russian apartments and destroying bridges.
I don't understand how he got to Russia all of a sudden. I thought he was very home-based.
I don't know. That came out of nowhere. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about Mothman. I've never heard that before. Like the thing about the Russian apartment bombing.
I know. And why did they know about Mothman if it was so central to West Virginia?
I don't know. I think to be fair, it was a ufologist who said that, which I believe is not real science. I think it's pseudoscience. It's just a guy who was like, oh, UFO. That was crazy. So if he's like, oh, it was Mothman that bombed these Russian apartments, it's probably wrong. Like,
so he's into aliens and he's interested in Mothman. So maybe
Yeah.
Mothman's an alien.
yeah, it could be. Who knows?
I think that's the truth.
Okay, good theory. We'll see if it holds water as we continue to delve into these mysteries. I'm going to organize my documents a bit real quick. Give me just a second. There we go. All right, this next one is called An Ode to a Hometown Creature. Mothman of Point Pleasant, West Virginia. It's from Folklife magazine.
Okay, sorry, I'm looking at the picture.
No, it's okay. Oh, there's a picture. Yeah, I should show you. Go ahead and describe some of the images on the Wikipedia article.
Yay.
Just look around.
He looks like a fallen angel. Like, he doesn't look like a moth. Those look like angel wings.
This is like a crazy new take on Mothman I've never heard. You said he looks like a fallen angel and you think he's evil.
Yeah.
And that he's gonna
he
mass
doesn't
murder.
Even have moth
and
wings.
people are worshiping him.
These are like not moth wings at all. I don't know what these are. They're like angel
Well, yeah,
wings.
he has big white wings. They only called him Mothman because Batman, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It was popular.
And his eyes.
Yeah, his eyes a little bit.
Very clear. And it looks like he has claws.
I think there might be more in the pages. Like, I think on one page, there's a statue of him, which is the one in Point Pleasant.
Oh, that looks more like moth.
Yeah, they went. That artist went a little more crazy on the Moth influence.
Okay. Interesting. I still think it's a woman that they just decided to declare a
But the
man.
first people who ever saw it were like they were a couple, so they should have been able to be like.
It was a man.
Yeah.
Batman. Oh, Killer Moth. Killer Moth does not look very scary.
Yeah, no, he's not a really scary guy. He's kind of a goofy villain.
I feel like their moth picture doesn't look like a moth either. It looks like a fly.
Yeah, no. Sometimes the pictures aren't great.
Okay, I think that's all.
Nice.
Pictures. So now I have a vision of what Mothman looks like.
And are you scared, or are you bravely continuing to hear about this?
I'm scared of the first picture,
Okay.
but not the second.
Yeah.
Not the statue.
For anyone
The
wondering,
statue looks pretty.
go check out the Mothman Wikipedia article to see the pictures that she's so scared of and not scared of. I thought I got really scared for a second. I thought I saw somebody just walk by.
Oh, you think it was
Like,
Mothman?
right? No, I don't think it was Mothman, but it definitely scared me. I
I
was like,
think
what
it
the
was
fuck is someone
Mothman.
doing in here?
I think Mothman's here because he realizes that
Whoa.
we're discussing him in detail.
You're right. Okay. Oh my god, what the fuck? On in Ode to Hometown Creature, Mothman of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, I was sort of cheating and reading ahead because I didn't want to repeat a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this says, according to competing theories, it was here on November 15th, 1966, that Mothman emerged from either the depths of hell or
Oh,
the
so I
upper
was
echelons of
right.
space.
Some fallen angel or an alien.
People think he's a demon or an alien, I guess. Those are the two options.
So my theories are rooted or backed by science.
Indeed. Yeah, panic. He drove the car away towards town, yada yada. What's this one say? God, there are some crazy pictures on here.
Uh-oh. Sounds
Creature
scary.
followed according to these first eyewitness accounts. The thing rose up like a helicopter. Well, that's weird. Ruffled feathers, making a sterling dogs. The day before Mothman stretched his leathery wings above the couple's car, it's possible he made a stop at Newell Partridge's home in Salem, West Virginia. This account, chronicled in the Mothman prophecies, tells of a German shepherd named Bandit who bolted into the woods after two glowing red circles. Partridge says he looked for Bandit but found nothing but paw prints going in circles and then vanishing. We'll never know if this was the true birth of Mothman's story. Two glowing circles may not a Mothman make, but Bandit's story would never have surfaced without the frightening tale of the Scarberry's close encounter.
So Bandit didn't die, he just disappeared.
Yeah, he disappeared, but he probably died.
And was killed by Mothman.
He was probably killed and eaten by Mothman. I think you're right. I'm kind of coming over to your side
Mothman's
on
an
this.
evil killer.
Yeah, Mothman's fucked up. I used to be sympathetic towards him, but at this point, fuck
He's
that
killing
guy.
dogs.
He's killing dogs and eating them.
And bombing Russian
apartment buildings.
And
Making
what was the
bridges
other one? Yeah,
collapse.
collapsing bridges.
This guy sucks. What else do we have? Yeah, it's talking about the... Oh, yeah, here's the guy who made the statue. It's Bob Roach, apparently. I don't know who that is, but, give him his credit. I don't want to take credit
also
for
a
some
bug.
amazing thing. But yeah, there are some huge pictures on these articles. Like, look at that.
Oh, that's Mothman. Why does he look like
That's a
an
statue.
alligator?
Yeah, I'll show it to you in a second. You will not think he looks like an alligator. All right. Someone here said, I think the Mothman story is timeless. It's never been fully solved or proven as to what these people were seeing. People come here to see for themselves and to investigate on their own, to make up their own minds. Everyone has their own theory. It's a part of the town's history.
So it's a bonding experience to worship him.
Yeah, to go fucking pray to it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think these people are worshiping him, and you got to put a stop to it.
I cannot believe how awful he looks when I've seen that photo or that statue up close.
I'll show it to you again. You'll trust me. You'll think he looks handsome.
He looked cool before, but I could only see his wings.
Yeah. Anything interesting here? People seek out evil in history to, in a way, inoculate themselves from scary or terrible events. Stryker mentions explaining the allure of dark tourism or why people intentionally vacation in places association with paranormal events or true crime. It's an interesting take.
So it does recognize that he is a terrorist.
I don't think it's recognizing that he's a terrorist. I think it's recognizing that he is around a lot of scary stuff.
Okay.
But who knows? You might be right. They might be like considering him a terrorist, and like they just like having a statue to a terrorist in their neighborhood. Yeah, okay. I think that's enough from this article. I try not to read the ones that are too like actually well written, because then I feel like I'm stealing. Whereas if it's just Wikipedia facts,
Yeah.
it's not the same thing.
Okay, spooky. He looks like Maleficent in this one.
Okay. That's a good theory.
His antennae look like horns because they're too thick.
Yeah, there are some crazy ones on there.
Okay. Yeah, so it's the like head. Actually, I don't know if it's a headline for this article, but it says something about crash kills 30, injures over 200.
Whoa, read that.
It's right above the couple see man-sized bird, but it doesn't give a description. I think it's just...
It's just saying that there was a huge crash?
Yeah, right above it.
Chalk that up for another point. Mothman was being a terrorist.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I can't believe him. What a scumbag.
Okay, then there's a billboard, which is kind of weird looking.
It's a good description.
I don't understand where Oh, there's Mothman. Mothman doesn't have antenna. He's just bald here, and he has claws.
Okay.
So that's strange. And he looks like he's wrapping his wings around a huge rock with eyes and a mouth, and it's screaming. And then there's a detective on the right who's looking at cables.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's a Mothman museum.
Yeah, that's in Point Pleasant. That whole town is like just the Mothman thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure that's what all of their tourism is based around. Like it's trying to get people to come see Mothman.
That's so strange.
I know. We need to get something like that for our state.
Yeah, Mothman looks really weird. Why does he have chest hair?
Describe him more. The audience needs to hear it.
He has chest hair in like a weird almond shape, only on the top of his chest. He has abs.
He's jacked.
Yeah. What's it called? A 6-pack of abs?
Yeah, he has a 6-pack. If he has 6 of them, yeah.
He has a 8-pack.
He has an 8-pack?
Yeah, I see.
Holy
more.
shit.
So he has an 8-pack of abs. He has... His feet have like one has a bat on it, I think.
Whoa.
And the other one has 2 bats on them.
That's so scary.
And then his wings look cool, but they also have veins and holes in them.
Yeah, no, his wings are crazy in that statue. Are you talking about the statue still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his face is a mix of an alligator and a weird alien.
Okay.
He only has 4 teeth. He doesn't have antenna again. He has hair, though, that's like long and cascading over his shoulders.
Nice.
The only thing bug or moth-ish about him are his wings and his eyes. And he also has a beak.
Yeah, that was an interesting detail I saw.
And there's a man standing next to him, but he's looking at flowers behind him instead of the actual
He doesn't give a shit
Mothman.
about the statue.
Yeah. And that is all.
No more cool pictures on there?
Let's see. I guess this is the same statue, but he looks weirder and creepier.
Alright, so that's another picture. Weirder and creepier Mothman statue.
Let's see. And then a bulletin board. What are these things called?
I don't know what you're looking at. Oh, a billboard.
Billboard.
You don't need to describe that one. That was boring.
Pancakes. That's actually really weird.
That is crazy. I know there's a Mothman, like, a lot of restaurants have Mothman-themed foods.
Yeah, Mothman pancakes.
I'm surprised you've never heard about this one, because I feel like most people know, like, a million things about Mothman.
I've never heard of him.
He's, like, arguably, like, like, as far as, like, not really obvious cryptids, like, you know, the Bigfoot, Wendigo.
I don't know what Wendigo is.
Okay, like Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
I feel like Mothman is normally number 2.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, he's pretty high up there.
I don't understand what this pancake. It looks really weird. It has 2 eyes, some teeth, and what looks like a proboscis, I think it's called.
I don't know.
On butterflies, where they
Proboscis,
drink.
proboscis, I don't
They
know.
drink
The
like
long
nectar.
tongue thing they have?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a really weird, if it even is a pancake.
Okay.
And I think that's all. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Just turn the page before you... Okay.
The back is the same picture as the original. Of him with his fallen angel wings and fur.
All right. Well, good job describing those pictures. You can just leave it there if you want. Or I'll take it. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Good job. Do you like the audience where I drop my phone?
I think they're great. They're very enthusiastic.
They are. They're very sweet. Okay. Next one we got. You're going to love this. Mothman, and this is from the Cryptid Wiki. They're one of our favorite sources on Goblin Hour.
Okay.
Just because they're always really wacky. Mothman is a legendary creature that strongly resembles Owlman, another creature that was talked about on Goblin Hour. I'm not sure when that episode will come out, but if anyone's interested, check out the Owlman episode if you'd like to learn more about that incredible cryptid. Was reportedly seen in the Point Pleasant area of West Virginia from approximately November 1966 through December 1967. Dozens of people reported sightings of a huge semi-human winged creature with glowing red eyes in and around Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Interesting. At between 6.5 and 7 feet tall, with a wingspan of nearly 10 feet, the shadowy creature was reportedly able to fly great distances at speeds up to 100 miles per hour. Can you believe that?
I'm thinking of...
That's how he got to Russia.
There's like a really big bird that lives in like Chile or something.
Emu.
And it flies.
Ostrich.
I think it's like the biggest wingspan bird. I'm thinking someone had that bird as a pet, brought it to this place, and then it triggered these events. And Mothman hid behind that bird. Okay, so Mothman was actually there.
So you think Mothman is real, but instead of Mothman doing these things, someone bought a bird that was crazy, that was like huge.
Mothman realized it was the perfect opportunity for him to be slinking around and hoping that other people are blaming, or
other people would
are
see
catching
him and
this other, other bird.
That's a good theory.
I forgot what the birds are called.
The large,
they have the biggest
Chile bird.
I think they're in Chile, but I don't remember.
Chile, even.
Yeah. I don't know. But they have the biggest wingspan.
Audience. They thought that was a good fact. Okay, all who encountered this menacing creature were terrified by their experience. In the local media, the giant winged beast became known as Mothman. Legend has it that the cluster of ominous Mothman sightings of 1966 and 1967 were actually a dark omen predicting a horrific disaster.
Oh.
So this is going back to the bridge, I believe. On December 15th, 1967, the Silver Bridge connecting Point Pleasant with Canoga, Ohio, collapsed into the frigid waters of the Ohio River during heavy rush hour traffic, leaving 46 dead.
Wow.
And he did it.
Yeah.
Or the big bird did it. Today, all that remains of a Mothman is a 12-foot tall stainless steel sculpture of the fearsome monster of Mothman Park in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, where residents go to worship the creature.
Wait, really? It actually says
lying.
worship?
I added that. I lied about that
I was
part.
so excited.
Yeah, no, they do not that would be fucking insane if you went there and they were worshiping it.
Yeah,
like
I
people
think
were
that
praying
it
to the statue
is.
and leaving it food.
Mm-hmm.
Would you not be scared if you saw that?
Like
I would if you went
be
on a trip.
Intrigued. I would go and interview those people.
Why are you worshiping this false deity? Yeah, that's a good idea. You should do that. I'm going to skip the recap of the scary things. Okay. Oh, here's this part. There's another ufologist, actually. Claims of later sightings. Ufologist Jerome Clark writes that many years after the initial events, members of the Ohio UFO Investigators League re-interviewed several people who claimed to have seen Mothman, all of whom insisted their stories were accurate. Linda Scarberry claimed that she and her husband had seen Mothman hundreds of times, sometimes at close range, commenting,
oh my gosh.
It seems like it doesn't want to hurt you. It just wants to communicate with you. So there's a hole in your theory.
Oh.
Cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman claims that the sightings of Mothman continue and told USA Today he re-interviewed witnesses described in Keel's book who said Mothman was a huge creature about 7 feet tall with huge wings and red eyes, and that they could see the creature flapping right behind them as they fled from it.
I think he actually is evil, but he only wants to commit mass murder.
He doesn't want to kill individuals. He's
yeah.
interested in individuals, but he wants to kill mass amounts of people.
Yeah, at a single time. So I think that's why
Okay.
he
I guess those
didn't
can both
hurt
be
people
true.
individually, and that's why people. And then it came up with the false idea that he was good because those people didn't think he wanted to hurt
They're
them.
like, oh, we didn't get attacked. Who cares if he killed 50 people on a bridge?
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like this theory. Here are some explanations, paranormal explanations. Some ufologists, paranormal authors, and cryptozoologists believe that Mothman was an alien, a supernatural manifestation, or an unknown cryptid. In the Mothman prophecies, John Keel claims that the Point Pleasant residents experienced precognitions. Experienced precognitions, including premonitions of the collapse of the Silver Bridge, unidentified flying object sightings, visits from mysterious or threatening men in black, and other bizarre phenomena. However, Keel has been criticized for distorting established data and for gullibility. So people think that guy's just a dumbass, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty funny, though. There was something on here that I thought was kind of interesting. Do you know anything about the Men in Black?
It's a movie?
Do you know anything outside of that? Like that sort of cryptid conspiracy thing?
Oh, I have no clue.
Men in Black are men in black where they have like black suits and they have black sunglasses and they show up to events where something paranormal happens, or like maybe someone's like, oh, I figured out this alien metal, or I found proof of an alien, and they'll show up to like whatever that location is and be seen around there, and they'll try to silence witnesses either with like with threats, maybe it's sometimes money, but it's very shady and sketchy when we hear about that. It sort of almost confirms whatever's happening.
Yeah.
If you believe in the Men in Black, that is.
Okay, I believe in them.
Okay. Yes, audience. And then there are other ones here for explanations that just talk about, you know, how it could be an owl, or it could have been a fucking big bird, or some bird from Chile that was just helping Mothman.
Mm-hmm.
But then it talks about the festivals a little bit. Point Pleasant held its first annual Mothman Festival in 2002, and then that's when the statue was created back in 2003. It was unveiled. The Mothman Museum and Research Center opened in 2005 and is run by Jeff Wamsley. This festival is a week-long event held on the third weekend of every September.
A week long?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's
weekend long.
Oh.
There are a variety of events that go on during festivals, such as guest speakers, vendor exhibits, and hayride tours focusing on the notable areas of Point Pleasant. Oh, that'd be pretty fun. Maybe add that to
Yeah.
Goblin Hour Field Investigations. Willow, you know the game Fallout. You're a big Fallout fan.
Yeah.
You've played it a little bit.
And I now have access to Fallout New Vegas.
Woo! That one's
through
really good.
Prime, like Amazon Prime Cloud Gaming.
That one's really fun. You should play that one.
I know. I'm going to play it probably soon, like in the next few days.
Okay, cool.
Because I want to try.
Tell me when you start, because I'd love to know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But this next segment is the gaming segment.
Yay! I'm so excited.
It's Fallout. The Mothman is actually an enemy in the game Fallout 76. Or not an enemy, but he's a character.
76.
He exists in it. Yeah. He's in
That's
sort
so
of a weird-
cool.
So this is going to be the quick little gaming segment.
I'm so excited.
Okay, check this out. Mothmen are a species of mutant insect found in Appalachia or whatever. It's where Fallout 76 is. Named for the 20th century folkloric figure or cryptid, these furtive creatures are worshipped by the cult of the Mothman. So if you were talking about Fallout, you were pretty on board.
Yeah.
Who still inhabit the museum at Point Pleasant dedicated to its mythology.
Cool. This makes me want to play Fallout 76 now.
Check it out. It's got a lot of controversy surrounding it, but you might really like it.
I'm going to do it just for Mothman and
Okay.
get to that quest.
The basic Mothman NPC appears as a part of a random encounter. If approached or attacked, Mothman will fly off and disappear. In actuality, the Mothman is not a singular entity, and there are many Mothmen with various eye colors and characteristics. Hostile Mothmen can be encountered quite regularly by visiting cultist locations at night, though they occasionally spawn elsewhere and observe humans from a distance. Most of these creatures are believed to be interchangeable animals, even by their worshippers, who consider them divine heralds of a higher power.
Wow.
However, a sect calling themselves the Enlightened exclusively revere the purple-eyed wise Mothman, which they believe to be a unique sentient mortal creature who somehow existed before the Great War.
Wow.
So
So
this
it
is-
reaffirms all my theories. Of
Yeah, a little
worship.
bit. They had a similar interpretation to you over at Bethesda. They were like, oh, what if we made a cult around this guy? This guy's crazy. You see, this one has a lot of text. I don't know if it's worth reading all of this, because it's not, this is game lore. This is not real. But Yeah, let me see what else is going on here, if there's anything interesting. Talking about shadowy clouds and stuff. The other day, we had another segment like this where we went over all this, and for another creature that happened to be in Fallout 76, and it was way shorter. The Mothman one is huge. Like, the Mothman entry is massive.
So you've been saving it for me over the past 3 months.
Yeah, I guess so. Check this out, though. Here are the eye colors differences from the Mothman of the game. Hatchlings have orange eyes, which may represent the species in its basic, uninfluenced form. Some orange-eyed adults have light gray wings, also resembling hatchlings. All orange-eyed Mothmen are hostile to vault dwellers. Orange eyes are not known to be of spiritual significance to either sect. However, the followers still kneel when these vengeful Mothmen visit their camps. The same is true of green-eyed, glowing Mothmen produced by exposure to radiation. Mothmen affected by the Scorched Plague also have green eyes, but are not known to peacefully engage with cultists. Like all scorched beings, they have raw, mottled reddish skin. Scorched Mothmen and glowing Mothmen have many glowing spots around the thorax.
That sounds disgusting.
This is kind of like what you like here. Whatever might influence the so-called holy Mothmen to develop red eyes is not understood. All skittish Mothmen have red eyes, but holy Mothmen are otherwise functionally identical to vengeful and glowing Mothmen.
The what eye color?
Red.
Oh, okay.
Prophets of the Winged One wear red glowing Mothman goggles. Next is the Enlightened claim the magenta-eyed wise Mothman is a unique pre-war being. They revere it but do not worship it. They believe it communicates with them through nonverbal means and grants them visions. It's kind of like what Mothman was doing.
Yeah.
This is the only variant non-hostile to vault dwellers. The followers dismiss the wise Mothman as a purple liar and butterfly and condemn its students as apostates. Some Enlightened attempt to sacrifice humans to the Wise One, but he always absconds upon hearing the screams. Interesting.
So if you approach him in the game, I wonder if you can capture him.
I don't think so. I don't think it's that kind of game. Yada, yada, yada. I want to show you I think there's a chart that talks about his stats and everything, and I have no idea how to read it, and I just want you to see how crazy it looks.
From Fallout?
Yeah.
Okay,
just these charts are wild.
The only creature I know of in Fallout is the one with claws.
The Death Claw?
Yeah, the Death Claw.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, no, the Death Claw is epic. I have a friend who has a tattoo of that.
Oh, wow.
Whoops.
He was so nice to me whenever I met him in game.
The Death Claw?
Yeah, because he was stuck in a sewer.
Yeah.
And then I had a quest. I think I told you the story before. I had a quest to do something, and I didn't understand what it was. And then I found a death claw just in a sewer stuck. I was like, okay. And then, I saw him before, and he was killing people, and I thought that was supposed to help me on my quest, so I just let him do his thing.
Yeah.
And then eventually he got stuck in the sewer. Then I went back to him, and I was like, he was helping me before, so I'm happy. Then I got stuck for a while, couldn't figure out what to do for the quest. Finally, I was like, okay, let me just see what happens if I kill him, because he was stuck, so it was easy. And I killed him, and then the quest was completed.
Nice, good
so
job.
I was supposed to kill him all along.
Yeah, just look at it. Look how complicated these damage numbers are on there.
Base stats. Aggressive.
You're just reading the words that you say?
Yeah. Well, they're abbreviated.
No, isn't it complicated, though? Doesn't it look crazy?
Yeah. Oh, the baby. I want to see the baby moth. Moth baby. Oh, he has an egg, too. There's a Mothman egg.
Whoa.
And you can hatch it if you put it in a cradle.
Oh.
The cradle of the pretenders.
It's pretty cool.
A ceremony. And then you get to hatch the Mothman.
Audience. They love it.
Well, this is inspiring me to become a Fallout 76 player. And then watch the show.
Yeah, the show's pretty good.
Wow, there's a lot on them. It feels like these are the #1 creature.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what honestly, I think I printed less than there was. It's 18 pages that you're looking at, by the way.
Oh my gosh. So Fallout 76 centers around the Mothman.
Yeah, it sure does.
So that means it's...
Sure, that's true.
I need to play it.
Yeah, you gotta check it out.
And it's in the Appalachian Mountains, which sounds like a pretty cool map.
Yeah, it is a nice spot. All right. The last one is from Cryptid Wiki again, but this one has comments, which is mainly what we're here for. Hey, here's this. Today, Mothman is one of the most well-known cryptids in the world, made famous partly by John Keel's book, later adapted into the film The Mothman Prophecies. So I was right, it is famous. You were trying to trick me. The sightings at the TNT area, which we read about, but this looks like it has a lot of more information on that, so I'll try to read that and see if it tells me anything else about this TNT area. All right, the TNT area. The creature was sighted in many places across West Virginia and the surrounding states, but the largest number of sightings happened near the old West Virginia Ordnance Works, an area now known by locals as the TNT area. West Virginia Ordnance Works is an abandoned munitions depot to the north of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, that dates back to World War II. The facility, during its operation, manufactured ammunition and dynamite. And they've got a little image here. It refers to it as an igloo in the TNT area, built thick to prevent a chain explosion from the barreled gunpowder inside. The area is also riddled with abandoned tunnels, most of which have collapsed, been sealed off, or become flooded with water. A wildlife sanctuary, McClintock Wildlife Management, now encompasses the area. In 1979, fishermen in the TNT area reported that chemicals had been left to seep into the ponds, causing it to be labeled an environmental disaster. By 1983, the TNT area was among the country's most polluted sites.
And that is the origin story of Mothman.
Maybe.
He drank the water as a baby moth that was small, and then he became genetically mutated.
Maybe. Because the thing is, it's only saying that it was when it was reported. It was probably happening before that, so I think it lines up. It was here in the TNT area on the cold night of November 15th, 1966, so about 13 years before the chemicals were reported, 3 days after the first sighting took place, that two young couples would encounter this bizarre creature. Roger and Linda Scarberry, hey, this is the thing we know about. Unbelievably, they soon learned that these eyes belonged to something that looked frankly human, about 7 feet tall with wings folded against its back. Before realized immediately that their spectacle was no ordinary bird. The true horror began, however, when the creature spread its wings and pursued them down Highway 62 to the Point Pleasant city limits at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour.
So that means they were driving above 100 miles.
Yeah, they were scared as hell. They were trying to get away from him.
Speeding.
Damn, that's crazy. And then, the creature would then be seen throughout the next 13 months in Point Pleasant, and it was estimated that there were over 100
Mothman people.
Mothman witnesses or something, or maybe 100 sightings, I don't know. Mothman witnesses were also harassed by the men in black who wanted them to not speak about the creature. The strange sightings all seemed to culminate in the collapse of the Silver Bridge on December 15th, 1967.
Wow, I think I'm convinced that he's real now.
Nice. Woo! Yeah! Moving on. Many similar cryptids and creatures have been seen worldwide. The sightings are similar to Mothman in many ways, including the fact that most of them seem to be heralds of impending disasters. Some of the places Mothman or its fellows have visited include a mine in Freiburg, Germany, where a Mothman-like creature scared miners away shortly before a collapse. Another notable visit was to the nuclear plant at Chernobyl, where a creature haunted the facilities for a while before the famous nuclear meltdown. There were also 2 Mothman pictures taken in New York on 9/11 and multiple sightings before the Minnesota bridge collapse.
I don't know if he's warning people or if he's just there because
causing
he's causing it.
You think a Mothman caused 9/11?
I think so.
Whoa.
I was saying he was a terrorist.
Yeah, I guess so. Damn. Some believe that the Mothman tries to warn people about disasters about to happen, such as the Freiburg and Chernobyl sightings listed above. However, since there only seems to be one Mothman instead of a bunch of his kind, and since he seems rather paranormal, these sightings are not of much interest to cryptozoologists who want to discover new kinds of creatures. Yeah, that makes sense.
So wait, they don't care about Mothman?
Yeah, no, because they think he's got some paranormal aspect, and they care about, like, weird animals. And if he's paranormal, he's, like, a little more than just some animal. He's like a demon or an alien or something.
Because he had glowing eyes.
Yeah. Oh, anyone who gets a close look at the Mothman seems to suffer from extreme fear and psychological distress, sometimes lasting for months or years afterwards. In particular, people say that a sense of pure evil overcomes them when they see Mothman's eyes.
Yeah.
Damn.
So he's really recruiting evil He wants people to worship him, and he wants them to adapt into his evil ways.
He can hold his wings and walk with a weird shuffle that many witnesses compare to a penguin. When he flies, he unfolds his wings and shoots straight up with great speed, then levels out to go wherever he wants to go. He's rarely observed flapping his wings except for on takeoff. Witnesses often described his flight pattern as straight up like a helicopter. He'd fly much faster than any bird should be able to fly, as measured by those victims who suffered what seems to be Mothman's favorite activity, chasing cars. He'll fly in front of them and sometimes even hit at the roof.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty crazy. Honestly, would you worship Mothman? Would you be a part of his cult, his church?
I probably wouldn't willingly until he looked at me in the eyes and then infused me with evil.
Oh, okay. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. I can understand that reasoning. Next, this next segment is about hoaxes.
Okay.
And this is going to be big.
Okay.
There was yet to be any credible physical or photographic evidence to truly support the existence of Mothman, but there are a few photos that have been mistaken for Mothman, such as a photo of a bridge taken in 2003, which turned out to be just a piece of metal tilting and falling off. There have also been some photoshopped images, mostly done for art purposes and not to fool anyone. So that's interesting, I guess. And there's all sorts of explanations where people think it's an alien. Some people thought it was the gigantic Thunderbird. Some people have confused it with the Owlman. Those are other cryptids. There's a lot of stuff here, both of which we've covered on Goblin Hour, the Owlman and Thunderbird.
I think he's both of them. I think they're all the same.
Okay, that's not a bad theory. The idea that they're all connected. That would make Owlman more interesting.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of cool art, which I'm going to skip for now, which I'll let you look over at the end. But now we're here to one of everyone's favorite topics on Goblin Hour. Here are the comments. Are you ready?
Yes.
First comment, somebody said, lamp. So it's sort of what you were talking about.
Yeah, the meme.
Mm-hmm. This person said, so is Mothman attracted to lights like other moths? Because if so, that is probably its greatest weakness. Anyone want to help me out? And no one responded to him.
Oh, I respond that I think he's right.
Wow. That's so sweet. All right. Whoa, what the fuck is this? This is I'm a Dog 2012. They said, in the city of tomorrow, where the neon lights glow, Squidward's got a plan and it's about to explode. With Russian tech in his hands, he's ready to strike Brazil's in for a surprise. It's going to be a wild night. The skyline's torn apart, chaos fills the air, Squidward's evil laughter cuts through the despair. Nuclear waves crashing, buildings crumbling down, the world watches in horror as Brazil becomes a ghost town. Neon apocalypse, the future is bleak, Squidward's madness unleashed. Nothing left to seek in the aftermath will rise from the ashes, but the wounds will remain as the world crashes and smashes.
Interesting.
That sucked. Whatever that
That's
comment was
Squidward.
terrible.
I feel like I know the person that made that comment.
I don't think you do.
The username sounds like someone.
I'm a Dog
and the
2012.
contents also sound like what I would expect them to say.
I'm a Dog 2012?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a person you know in real life? Or
I know a person who thought they were a dog in elementary school.
I don't think that's
which
them
was
then.
5th grade, which was 2012. And they loved talking about destruction and death.
You're a conspiracy theorist. You're like linking these random things. Well, his name is I'm a Dog 2012. I knew him in 2012, therefore this must be him.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
And she
theory.
would say things about like that.
Oh, this is a girl who was I'm a Dog 2012?
Yeah.
And she would talk about Squidward destroying Brazil?
She would.
Okay. Maybe it was her. I don't want to cheat you down too hard, I guess. Somebody said best boy. Another person said Mothman, like Batman.
Mm-hmm.
This person said, I've been to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and I went to Mothman Museum, took a selfie with the statue, and ate Mothman-themed cookies.
Aw.
That's nice.
I
We're
wanna
jealous.
Eat a Mothman-themed cookie.
Yeah, I know. That'd be awesome. It sucks. Whoa, this person said, this is gay DHD possum. I love Mothman so... no, I don't think so. It's DHD.
Dang.
It's gay DHD possum.
Okay.
I love Mothman so much. I'm going to go as Mothman for Halloween and try to convince my friends to go as other cryptids. So far, no one's agreed, lol.
Oh.
Yeah, sucks to suck. Somebody asked if Mothman was a furry, so I'm just going to ignore that one. People love writing like song jokes in this. So weird. This is from Xenobeast232. He says, Mothman, there's no need to feel down. I said, Mothman.
Aw.
Lift that man off the ground. I said, Mothman. Because you're new in a town and there's kids to be abducted.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone said, nice rap.
He's validating.
Yeah, I guess he was
Mothman
just being supportive. Somebody said El Mati. What is that?
I don't know.
You can't translate
How do
it?
you spell it?
E-L, obviously.
Yeah.
And then M-A-T-I.
I don't know.
No!
I don't know it off the top of my head.
Okay. Next person said Muito Real. Or Muito Real or something. M-U-I-T-O-R-E-A-L.
Wait, what?
Here, this person said one of my favorite cryptids. Someone said, why do I ship Mothman and Mothra? If you go here on this page, there's two near the top where they sang Spanish stuff. Maybe if you look at it, you'll lock in and you'll be like, oh, I know what this is.
Muito real. I don't know what muito means. Maybe that means moth.
Maybe. I don't know. It's a good theory.
I don't know what moth is, so that I would see that being muito real. I mean, something about real. Muito, whatever muito means.
Okay. Real moth is what we'll go with.
So who's Mothra? Because I ship them too.
Mothra is a monster from Godzilla.
Okay, then I ship them.
Okay, nice.
I agree with that comment.
Hopefully it works out for those two. It's weird. What the fuck? This person said something crazy. They said, God, he's so bloody sexy. Marry me, Mothman.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, maybe that was Mothra.
I don't think it was. This is Ace Cosmic. That's the username. Ace Cosmic.
Oh, I think that's just what's it called?
A pseudonym?
Pseudonym for
Mothra?
Yeah, of course she'd want to be undercover.
Okay. Next we have Ruit the Winged Fox. Okay, and this person wrote like a paragraph. Oh, they're shipping again, I think. Okay, so call me crazy, but some strange things have been happening. And I was an hour away from Point Pleasant in August last year, and I think you can guess what I put together from that. So a few days ago, my dad said he'd seen a huge bird sitting above him in the trees, but the branches blurred and he couldn't tell what it was besides, well, a bird. When I went out to the car, I saw multiple black feathers scattered around. Then, when my dad was coming down the driveway from picking up my sister from her mom's, he said he'd seen a stork flying with its neck out. And now, just a few minutes ago, I saw a black blur shoot across my window. Then, before that, but still today, I was watching the new Expedition X episode that came out yesterday, and it started glitching out. When it was doing the thing where it was clips of what the people were saying, I could have sworn one of those said, I want to talk to you.
Ooh.
Crazy. What a good comment, man.
I believe it.
In Fallout 76 are Mothman cultists. Yup, some people made a cult about a giant moth. Also, you can fight Mothman in Fallout, and it's challenging at first.
But there's multiple.
Yeah, I don't know what this guy's talking about.
Oh, challenging.
Would be a nice common writer concept, sure. Oh, this is a scary hypothetical. Imagine walking down the road one night. You left the party later than you wanted to. The only light source you have is a nearly dead flashlight. As you walk, you hear strange screeching sounds. Naturally, you assume it's just an owl. Then you hear it again, only closer. Soon, the noises seem to be coming from right above you. You look up, only to see two massive, glowing red eyes.
And that's the end.
Yeah. What would you do?
I would be converted right in that moment.
You would start worshiping him? You would be scared? You'd be like, all right, whatever,
No,
fuck it.
I saw his eyes. I would be converted.
That's something you made up, though.
I thought there was some comment somewhere or some like statement that if you look in his eyes, you become evil.
No.
I remembered reading.
That was never a
reading
comment.
that.
There was a comment that said people have looked into his eyes, see them as being evil, but it wasn't they're going to turn you evil.
Oh, I interpreted it as they would turn
No.
them evil. So.
You do not get turned evil from it. Like, maybe if that's what you want.
I would be. I think I couldn't resist
You would be like,
after I'd see his eyes.
you would want to become one of his prophets.
Yeah.
Okay. You wouldn't try to fight it. You would just be like, all right, whatever. I guess I'm worshiping
I'd
this guy now.
convert, yeah.
Okay. You know what? The fans are happy for you. Good job.
I'm glad that they support me in my decision.
All right, this is the final page of comments that I gathered. Let's see if any of them are interesting. Oh my god, what the fuck? Is it weird the more I read about this, the more I want to see it? No, I think that's normal.
The
Commenter.
movie?
That's just what the commenter said. I think they want to see the Mothman in real life.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
Okay. So you agree with Nick 0017?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we have Parker Green. Maybe he/she is a fairy. That could be what they actually look like for all we know. So that person also said he/she, which is what you've been talking about.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's Moth woman.
Yeah.
I think people are just
You're right.
trying to convert. Or
Probably.
Trying to think of Batman. And so.
You think they're getting too lost in the sauce?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're just making him be a man because they want it to sound similar.
And the last comment I have here is from Nobody Productions, 9/14/2020. Mothman. For a man that's a moth, I said Mothman.
Another.
Scare the kids off the block, I said Mothman. And that's it.
Why do they keep thinking Mothman's scaring kids in particular?
I don't know.
in
They
those
made that
songs?
up.
That song in particular is all about Mothman and kids.
Yeah, I don't know what these people's deal is. They're just kind of saying nonsense.
Mm-hmm. They don't know the true extent of Mothman.
Yeah, that's pretty much all the documents I had. I mean, what do you think, Mothman? What do you think about him? Give
I'm
me your
ready.
thoughts.
I'm ready to see him and then be converted as one
Yeah.
of his cult followers.
I hope that happens for you. I really do. I think you deserve it.
Going to, what's it called? Point Pleasant?
Yeah, Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
That's the next location on my bucket list now.
Okay.
I need to figure out what the nearest airport is.
Go to museum. Oh, the nearest airport in West Virginia.
Yeah. So
Okay, I
can
thought you were
fly
saying
there.
where's the nearest airport. You were going to go now to the one and just fly off.
No.
Go check it out.
No, I need to find the nearest airport in West Virginia so I can go.
Okay.
and
Make sure
visit.
to time it in September for when the festival's going on.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be on the lookout for the dates.
Okay, cool. Do you have any closing thoughts? Any thing you want to shout out?
Shout out.
Yeah, like if you want to be like, my mom owns a bakery. Go to this bakery or
Oh.
something. Or if you want to be like, follow me on Instagram. know?
I don't know. I don't think I have anything that I'm
Do you have anything you
Trying
like
to-
that you just want more people to like
to
as well?
convert to.
Yeah. Do you have a religion you want to spread?
Mothman.
Mothman religion?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, you heard it here first.
I've
Start
converted,
worshiping the
so-
Mothman. This is our first recognized Mothman cultist
Yeah.
as a guest on
and
Goblin Hour.
we need to recruit.
We need
So
more members.
yeah, that's my shout out.
Okay, awesome. Well, Willow, thank you for being here. And
You're welcome.
audience, I can't believe we finally talked about Mothman.
I know. It's been 3-4 months in the making plus.
Dude, it's been years.
It's been years?
Yeah, at least 1 year.
Okay, but I know we originally had scheduled it for like really early this semester. And
We
then
did.
Things kept
Originally it was
falling through.
scheduled, and then you got busy one day, and then the next day we were definitely going to do it,
And then you
I
were
got
sick.
sick,
Yeah.
and I ended up doing a different episode, and then now we're doing Mothman.
Mhm.
But you were scheduled to be on season 1.
Yeah, it's been pushed back.
It just didn't happen.
But it was worth it because you were able to accumulate all the documents and the
Yes.
sources, and it just
I've been
happened to be
doing
that
research
I
for
was
years.
the one to talk about Mothman because I would be his most devoted follower.
Yeah, it worked out. Okay, gangsters and gamers and Goblin Hour fans. I think that's it. I've been Ben, Goblin Hour Ben, as usual. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you next time.
Good night.
Bye.